Welcome, dear viewers, to our channel. Today, we will talk about Moroccan human rights activists documenting the crimes of the Moroccan regime and warning of the uncertain future of the country. Moroccan human rights activists have documented, in new testimonies, the crimes of the Makhzen against those opposing its corrupt policies, forcing many of them to flee abroad, warning that the country is moving at a crazy speed towards a deep abyss. In press statements, human rights activist Fouad Abdelmoumen spoke about the circumstances of his arrest last week in the capital, Rabat, and his prosecution due to a post he made on one of the social media platforms regarding the regime's policies and its relationship with France. Abdelmoumen confirmed that he received threats to his personal life, including spying on his phone, and that anyone who deals with him was threatened with horrific consequences, highlighting that his family was also threatened with liquidation. The Moroccan opposition figure, who has been imprisoned twice, affirmed that the state is still committed to a policy of repression and restricting freedom of expression, seeking to intimidate and deter critical voices through threats of serious charges and legal actions. The Moroccan human rights activist emphasized that what he experienced is just a drop in the ocean of repression faced by many individuals and groups subjected to oppression and abuse, such as the youth of the Hirak Rif, who have been imprisoned for 7 years, as well as lawyer Nabil Mohamed Qandil, who has been in prison for nearly 2 years. These cases, he adds, cannot be accepted by human conscience and require urgent treatment, as well as structural reform in the state's dealings with freedoms and citizens. For his part, Moroccan political activist and blogger Mohamed Qandil, residing in Iceland, provided testimonies about the harassment he faced from Moroccan intelligence due to his criticism of the Makhzen regime. Qandil confirmed that the human rights situation in Morocco is characterized by severe repression of freedom of opinion, especially through the arrest of hundreds of bloggers and dozens of journalists. He also highlighted reports of torture and mistreatment inside Moroccan prisons and police stations, which led him, he adds, to leave the country with his family in August 2023. The speaker does not rule out further human rights violations and restrictions on freedom of opinion and the press, as well as an increase in abductions, torture, and unlawful detention, in addition to sham trials and silencing dissent. Qandil emphasized that he was also targeted by the Moroccan intelligence due to his stance on the Western Sahara conflict, stating, "I am one of the few who openly rejected the Moroccan occupation of Western Sahara, especially since its cost is high at the expense of the Moroccan people." In conclusion, the speaker warned that the country is moving at a crazy speed towards a deep abyss, calling for curbing the tyranny of the regime to prevent disaster, and urged the Moroccan people to take to the streets to expel tyranny from Morocco and achieve democracy. For his part, Moroccan human rights activist Hamouda Al-Kari, a political refugee in the United States, documented the circumstances of his arrest in Morocco and what he faced at the hands of the repressive security apparatus that pursued him, forcing him to leave the Kingdom of Morocco immediately after his release in 2019. He said in this regard, "I spent a year in a prison for terrorists in the Moroccan city of Salah copyright after my sentence was reduced from 2 years, noting that the charge against him was publishing a post praising terrorism." The speaker stated that, due to his support for the popular classes protesting and as a result of his popularity, he received offers in the form of bribes from the government, but he rejected them and continued to support the protests of those affected by state policies, which led to him being pursued by the security apparatus. The Moroccan opposition figure indicated that he left the kingdom in 2019, heading to Brazil, and after passing through 13 countries over 60 days, he arrived in the United States and surrendered to the authorities in Texas, where he was placed in an immigrant center, later obtaining political asylum. In response to a question about whether he would continue to criticize the Moroccan government after leaving Morocco, Hamouda Al-Kari confirmed that he will continue his struggle because the monarchical system in Morocco is corrupt and unjust. Thank you for following us. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like.